The ocean has always been a place of wonder, but in one particular region of the Atlantic, it became something far more unsettling. A place where logic seemed to break and reality itself felt unreliable. Sailors whispered about it long before the modern world gave it a name. Pilots feared it even as technology advanced, and families mourned loved ones who vanished without a trace. This was the mystery of the Bermuda Triangle. It begins in a vast stretch of water roughly bounded by Miami, Bermuda, and Puerto Rico. On maps, it looks ordinary, just another part of the Atlantic Ocean. But stories started to emerge, scattered at first, then growing into something impossible to ignore. Ships were found drifting with no crew. Aircraft disappeared mid-flight without distress signals. Compasses spun wildly, radios went silent, and sometimes there was simply nothing. No wreckage, no clues, just absence. One of the earliest widely known incidents dates back to 1918, when a massive U.S. Navy cargo ship called the USS Cyclops vanished without a trace. It was one of the largest ships of its time, carrying over 300 people and a full load of manganese ore. The weather was calm. There were no distress calls. One moment it was sailing steadily through the Atlantic, and the next it was gone. No wreckage was ever found, and the disappearance remains one of the greatest maritime mysteries in history. But it was in the mid-20th century that the Bermuda Triangle truly captured the world's attention. The most famous case occurred in December 1945, involving a group of 5 U.S. Navy training planes known as Flight 19. The mission was routine, just a navigation exercise over the ocean. The pilots were experienced, the weather was clear. At first, everything seemed normal. Then came confusion. The flight leader reported that his compass was malfunctioning. Soon after, the other pilots began to experience similar issues. They couldn't determine their position. Land seemed to vanish. The ocean below looked strange, different from anything they had seen before. Their radio transmissions grew increasingly frantic. "We're not sure where we are. Everything looks wrong." Those were among the last known words. As night fell, communication was lost completely. The planes never returned. What makes this story even chilling is what happened next. A rescue plane was sent out, a large aircraft designed for search and rescue missions. But within hours, it too disappeared. Witnesses reported seeing a flash in the sky, possibly an explosion, but no wreckage was ever recovered. 6 planes, 27 men, gone. As reports like these spread, theories began to form. Some believed the area had strange magnetic properties that interfered with navigation instruments. Others thought powerful underwater currents or sudden storms could explain the vanishings. But many incidents didn't fit these explanations. How could so many ships and planes disappear without leaving any debris? Then came the more unusual theories. Some suggested that the Bermuda Triangle was a portal, a gateway to another dimension or even another time. They pointed to stories of pilots who claimed to have flown through strange clouds and experienced time distortion. Minutes would pass for them, but hours would go by in the outside world. Others believed the answer lay beneath the ocean itself. Deep under the waters of the triangle, there are vast underwater formations and trenches, including the Puerto Rico Trench, the deepest part of the Atlantic Ocean. Some theorized that unknown geological activity could release massive bursts of methane gas. These gas eruptions could reduce the density of water,
causing ships to sink almost instantly without warning. In the air, methane could disrupt engines, leading to sudden aircraft failure. There were also theories involving ancient civilizations. Some believed that the lost city of Atlantis lay hidden beneath the triangle, and that its advanced technology was still active, interfering with modern equipment. Strange underwater structures discovered by researchers only fueled these ideas, though none were ever confirmed to be man-made. Despite all the speculation, scientists and investigators worked tirelessly to find logical explanations. Many pointed out that the Bermuda Triangle is one of the most heavily traveled shipping lanes in the world. With so much traffic, accidents are statistically more likely. Sudden storms, powerful Gulf Stream currents, and human error could account for many of the incidents. And yet, not all questions were answered. There were cases where experienced pilots flying in perfect weather simply vanished. Ships equipped with the latest technology disappeared without sending distress signals. In some instances, vessels were found completely intact, but with no crew aboard, as if they had simply vanished into thin air. One such eerie story involves a ship discovered drifting in the triangle. Everything on board was in place, food on the table, personal belongings untouched, but there was no sign of life, no struggle, no explanation, just silence. As the years passed, the legend of the Bermuda Triangle grew. Books were written, documentaries were filmed. Some exaggerated the facts, while others tried to debunk the myths. But the mystery remained alive in the public imagination. In recent decades, advancements in technology have allowed for more detailed exploration of the ocean floor and improved tracking of ships and aircraft. As a result, reports of mysterious disappearances in the Bermuda Triangle have decreased. Some argue that the mystery has been solved, that it was never truly supernatural, just a combination of natural forces and human mistakes. But others are not so sure. There are still areas of the ocean that remain unexplored. The depths of the Puerto Rico Trench are so vast and dark that they might as well be another world. What lies down there is largely unknown. And as long as there are unknowns, there will be questions. Perhaps the Bermuda Triangle is not a place of supernatural forces or hidden civilizations, but rather a reminder of how little we truly understand about our own planet. The ocean covers more than 70% of the Earth's surface, and much of it remains a mystery. Or perhaps there is something more, something waiting beneath the waves, something that cannot be explained. Even today, when ships pass through that stretch of water, some sailors still feel an uneasy silence. The instruments work fine, the sky is clear, and yet there is a feeling, subtle but undeniable, that they are crossing into a place where the normal rules of the world do not fully apply. A place where people have vanished, a place that refuses to give up its secrets. The Bermuda Triangle remains one of the greatest unsolved mysteries in history, not because we lack theories, but because none of them fully explain everything. And until every disappearance is accounted for, until every question is answered, its legend will continue to grow. Out there, in the vast Atlantic, the water looks calm, but beneath that calm lies a mystery that has endured for a century, and it is still waiting.